In this episode, you will learn the number one shift we're making in 2026 to grow our sales. Welcome to Sales Process Made Easy, the show helping 7 to 8 figure industry, construction and trade sales and business leaders finally end the stress of inconsistent sales by simplifying your sales systems so your team can close more deals and grow faster. I'm your host, Ben Wright, a leader who has been building businesses and sales teams just like you for the last 20 years. In this episode, you'll learn how important simplification is to growing your sales in 2026, particularly when it comes down to who you're targeting, how you market and quote to them, and the offers that you put out to market. In an age where information is at our fingertips and at the fingertips of our customers, over the last 12 to 18 months, I've seen overwhelm in sales processes become far more prevalent than previously. And what I mean by that is I'm seeing more and more customers not making decisions because there's simply too much information around them. I don't know if you've had this experience where you've had deals lost because customers quite simply can't get their head around you versus a competitor, or they're uncertain about their path forward because it's not clear through long quotes, long sales experiences, or simply too much information. But I've certainly seen that en masse or en masse across the last 12 months. So over the next 12 months, we're having a real focus in the Sold Out Sales Teams Academy around simplification, doing the little things really well, again and again and again and again. Because when we're able to simplify our offer and our processes and who we're targeting and our marketing and everything within our business, it allows us to spend more time with those who are most important to us, our customers. So the 4 areas we're focusing on in terms of this number one shift is simplification. We're going to go through those in a nice short and sharp format right now. All right, number 1 is we're niching down even further into who we serve. I've spoken before around how we certainly provide services from startups through to multi-billion-dollar revenue line companies. However, we're really niching down into trade industry and construction leaders who are early stages of their career, right, running their business. They may have a team, a sales team or not, it doesn't matter, right? But they're that $1 to $50 million type of format. They're looking to grow their business fast. They're hungry, they're young, they're energetic, and they're ready to kill, it'd be the wrong word, but they're ready to take no prisoners in their approach to growing in 2026. Now, we're focusing even more heavily on here, and I'm working with customers who are doing the same. Painters who are focusing more heavily on roof restorations versus commercial markets. Finance businesses in this industry who are focusing on mid-market deals versus small or large. Fixtures and fittings businesses who are focusing on supplying more product to builders rather than the longer term or the longer burn architectural sales funnels. Right, so there are 3 examples there around shifts you can make, but have a think for you around where your most successful customer bases have been, and if you can, make that shift to simplify even further who you're targeting. Because the more of them you can target, the more likely you are to close sales, right, and your results grow. The second area we are simplifying is in our lead generation activities. We know what works well for our business. For us, speaking to people through our podcast, right, is the number one area, as well as referrals, right? So they're areas where we're spending lots of time. We're working really hard to bring you great quality podcasts, right? And for us, that's a heavy focus of the marketing activities of our business. Rather than being everything to everyone, right, rather than focusing heavily on LinkedIn or other social media channels or new lead generation through digital formats or attending trade shows or networking events, right, we know the areas that move the dial for our business, so we're focusing on those. So encouragement here in this number one shift is to think about how you could perhaps simplify your lead generation activities to focus on what really works well for you. The third area is around quoting. We're working with our Sold Out Sales Team Academy members to really focus on producing a quote that engages with their customer. Simple, it focuses on consistently providing value for customers, but it's a template they can roll out again and again and again, but personalise through 2 or 3 key areas. So rather than needing them to personalise throughout the entire quote to create that value, and in the same hand, rather than just having a standard template that doesn't add value, we've simplified their quoting offer to make sure that they are personalising in certain areas, right, and running standard templates in the rest. So simplification so far, we're niching down heavily, right? We're applying our marketing and lead generation to what we know works, right? We are working with our customers to simplify their quotes. And the last one here is our offers. We're getting really clear on being able to explain our offers in 1 to 2 sentences with our customers, so the value for them is really clear early. Now, this doesn't matter what type of industry you're in. If you're able to really clearly articulate to your customer how you add value, if you're an electrical contracting business that works on really fast turnaround, right, of building projects, you know that you can be targeting builders with a message that says, we will be in and out of here quickly so that your painters can come in and finish the job, right? We'll then come back and fit off. Once it's done, we'll be in and out quickly, minimal mess, and you'll be able to get, your project finished and commissioned, right? Regardless as to what industry you're in, if you can simplify your offers so that customers are really clear on what they're getting from you immediately when you're engaging, well, that is a form of simplification that will help you close more deals. So now the number one shift we've spoken about is around simplification. And yes, I've moved the dial here a little bit and perhaps gone a little bit broader on simplification of some things. But I think the process of simplifying what you do is a terrific theme to take into the year, particularly if you're pairing it with being 1% better. Right, but for us, that number one shift is focused around niching down into customers that we know we serve well, applying our lead generation and marketing activities to that niche, so we're simplifying those activities, having a quote that is both personalised but standardised in a very simple fashion, i.e. we personalise the same areas each and every time, and we're able to reproduce that quote quickly through the right quoting tools, and lastly, being able to articulate our offer very simply and effectively to our customers so that we know quickly if there's a fit between us. Now, those 4 areas around simplification, encouragement from today is to pick one that you can apply to your business from a simplification point of view. If there's none in there that work for you, have a think about how you could simplify your business. Because my experience says is that once we're able to do that, there's a sense of relief and composure that comes from having a more simple business, particularly if when we're one that is really taking its pound of flesh from us at the moment, particularly if we're in a business that's really driving us hard, right, and we're struggling to see daylight each and every day. If we can find some areas to simplify, that really will make a difference to us in the coming 12 months. Right, that's it for today. Thank you. Very grateful to have you here as always. We're dropping podcast episodes every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. A real theme at the moment around how we can improve ourselves into 2026. But one of those themes is being 1% better each and every day. If you can focus on that, it will make all the difference for you moving forward. See you next time. Bye for now. Are you struggling to grow your monthly sales numbers? Feel like you've reached a sales ceiling, are involved in every deal, or have no real sales system in place to help you grow? And is that causing a level of worry or stress about how you can get more sales in the future? If that's you, that's exactly why we created the Sold Out Sales Teams program, to help you get month-on-month sales growth with less stress. In just the first week, we will lock down your quoting process to grow sales by 25 to 30%. And that's just week 1. And for the first 3 podcast listeners that we speak to this week, we'll offer you a bonus one-on-one strategy session with me to make sure you can pay off your investment even faster, which, by the way, for most businesses is only 1 or 2 extra sales. To book in, click the link in our show notes. It's a direct calendar link so you can instantly confirm your meeting time.